Hello everyone, my name is Akshay and I have recently cleared the APICS-CSCP 5.0 version of the exam just yesterday. And guess what? I cleared it with a good score of 316 and that too in my first attempt. So as I posted about this success on my LinkedIn and Facebook groups, I got a lot of questions around how much time would it take, what materials to refer, and what are some best strategies or advice that I have on writing the APICS-CSCP examination. So what I've done is I have collated all the questions together, added some of my own, and as we go along, I'll try and answer all of them. Now, in order to make the video a short one, I've decided to make a two-part video. So in the part one, we'll discuss more about what is CSCP, how long does it take to prepare for the exam, how much would it cost you, are you eligible or not, and what is the content that you will learn, and what's the content on the exam, and the chapter-wise weightage. On the part two, we'll discuss more on the exam or nitty-gritties of taking the CSCP exam. Like when would you know when you're prepared? Or are there any tactics to pass the exam efficiently? So take a minute to read through the questions that I have listed here. Now, given that you are here, I believe you already know what CSCP is, but just for the sake of it, given that there are so many acronyms, I just put this slide together. So CSCP is Certified Supply Chain Professional, which is the exam, which is carried out by ASCM, Association of Supply Chain Management. So CSCP is the exam, ASCM is the body that conducts the exam. APICS is a name that ASCM used to be known with. So APICS is now ASCM. Now, let's quickly understand why you should get EPIC certification if you are not already midway of the process. One, it will accelerate your career. It will help you get better salaries. You would be recognized as a supply chain expert. Second is it will improve your hiring potential, meaning the HRs across the companies would recognize you over those who do not have the EPIC certification, meaning it generally works in your favor if you have a certification. So you will land better opportunities and it will also help you improve on the salary that you get as a supply chain professional. The third one is career satisfaction. Nearly all supply chain professionals are happy with their careers. So I'll leave it up to your better judgment. We all know the stress we have been through as a supply chain professional during the COVID pandemic. So this one's up to your better judgment. I would say one more important thing about getting APICS-CSCP certification is that it will help you build a knowledge base like none other. So the knowledge base or the reading material is a gold mine for a supply chain professional. So that's a primary reason why you should actually get the APICS-CSCP certification. Now, let's also understand whether the CSCP is the right certification for you and if there are any other certifications provided by ASCM. So as you can see, there are 4 of them. CPIM will mostly deal with inventory management and manufacturing aspect of supply chain. CLTD will mostly deal with logistics aspect of supply chain, which would include transportation, warehousing, materials handling. SCORE is supply chain operations reference model, which helps compare supply chains across industries. And CSCP deals with overall supply chain, including project management, change management, and technology trends, etc. So if you haven't already decided which certification is right for you, I highly recommend that you visit ASCM website and use the compare button to see which one is the right certification for you. Let's also quickly see whether you're eligible for CSCP or not. So you'd have to have at least one of the following 3, not all of them, mind you, right? At least one of them. So either you need 3 or more years of supply chain related business experience, or a bachelor's degree, or one of the following certifications provided by APICS. So I'm assuming most of the people would have a bachelor's degree, but if not, you could always take the exam with 3 or more years of supply chain experience or take any of the following certifications provided by APICS. Now, how long would it take you to prepare for CSCP and pass the examination? I simply Googled it and you can see the answer on the screen, about 3 months or so. But the honest answer is it depends from person to person. If you are a seasoned supply chain professional, it should take you about 2 months or maybe less to crack the CSCP. If you're someone who has some experience with supply chain, I would say the number 3 months pretty much sounds good. And if you're somebody who has a bachelor's degree in unrelated field and now wants to enter the supply chain domain with the CSCP examination, I would say around 4 to 6 months. But again, it differs from person to person depending on their ability to learn or how fast they can learn. Now, let's quickly understand how much CSCP will cost you if you were to buy materials from ASCM. Now, you can buy learning system for $15-20, exam for $14.25, and bundle for $21.69. And let's also go through what you will get if you were to buy this and what is the differences among these three options, right? So the learning system will only give you a platform to learn or prepare for CSCP examination. It will have the books you can read online and offline. It will have flashcards. You will have quizzes after every module to test your understanding of that module. You will have a pre and post test, which are very important. So we will discuss about these in the strategy section in the part 2. You would also get an exam content manual, which essentially lists out what are the topics that would be covered under the exam. Now, in the exam section, or if you were to just buy the exam, you would just get the exam. You will not get any preparing material for it, right? So people who are very confident, just want to take the exam, can take this. I wouldn't recommend it because the terminology that we use in our professional life, you could say, is a little different than what CSCP uses in their books. So there might be a little gap over there. Now let's talk more about the bundle. The bundle is a combination of these two. You get the learning system, you get the exam, and if you could just compare the prices, right? If you just make it 1500, around 3000, you get a huge discount if you just buy the bundle itself. So most people generally buy bundle, right? So one more advantage of buying the bundle is that you get a second chance attempt. So what it means is if you fail the exam in your first attempt, you get a free second chance, right? So that is one of the advantages of buying the bundle. Now, as you can read here at the bottom, members generally get it for a little less, right? 1970. And the membership would cost you around 100. So if you just add, it would work out to be 2070. So if you become a member, it would be a little cheaper for you. And also there are some benefits to becoming a member of ASCM, right? So the strategy to buy material from ASCM is that first you become a member, then you buy the bundle or whichever option that you prefer according to your need. One more consideration is that some companies do pay for the exam but do not pay for the learning system. So have a talk, if you're a working professional, have a talk with the HR and understand whether if you buy a bundle, they would be able to reimburse you or would you need to buy these separately. Now, there are a couple of more considerations. One is that you get a 15% discount. You could say around 3 to 4 times a year APICS provides or ASCM provides this discount, and it's summer discount, winter, autumn, that sort of thing. Every 3 or 4 months, this 15% discount would show up. And if you also want to check whether the learning system is worth it, you could actually use the test drive option. It's on the website. It will let you access some content, not all of it, like a module or two and some questions for about 30 days span or so. All right, so this brings us to the last question of our part 1 video, which is what will you study during your preparation for CSCP? So CSCP examination has 8 modules, as you can see here, and take a minute to read the names of these modules. Okay, and the topics that you will cover during your preparation would include these, which is essentially demand planning, inventory planning, project management, change management, governance, compliance, etc., and so on. This is not an exhaustive list. This is just so that you get an idea of what you will prepare. So these 2 snippets should help you get an idea of what will you be studying during your CSCP preparation. Right now, on the right hand side, you will see there's a separate snippet. This speaks about what is the weightage of each module in the real exam. Now, earlier there used to be 3 modules, but the CSCP 5.0 version has 8 modules, and this is the weightage per module for each exam. Some of them are highly weighted, like 19-17%, some of them 8 and 10%, but I suggest you read everything definitely. And this is pretty much what you will study and what's there on the exam. We'll speak more about this in the strategy part in the part 2 of this video series. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll make sure I answer them. I'm also planning on coaching, so I'll leave a link for the Telegram channel in the description. Also, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. I'll keep uploading videos here. And yeah, I'll talk more about the coaching part in the second video. See you there. Have a good day.